Hello, everyone, and welcome to One Man Renegade Productions YouTube channel. I'm your host, Theon Burgak B, and today is Saturday, and tonight is the return of Saturday night's main event. WWE is bringing it back, going old school with it this time around, more so than the previous time. I don't know. They kind of did a little bit of throwback for when they brought it back. Oh, when was that? In like '06? And then they had a handful of them then. Obviously, the heyday of Saturday Night's Main Event was back in the late 80s, early 90s. I went to one back in 1989. Hulk Hogan fought Honky Tonk Man in the main event. It was weird because the way they did it back then was like, since it was on at 11:30 at night, typically most of them were back in those days. Every once in a while they would throw in a special during the day. Oh, I guess those were main events. Those are different, I guess. But then they had a couple on Fox. Those were on like more prime time. And some of the ones that were when they brought it back were prime time, and then I think they did a couple that were late night. But what they used to do back in those days was, because it's 11:30 when the show comes on, they'll have the big matches up front and then kind of have the undercard afterwards, which was weird when you go back and watch them now. But like at the time, it made sense because they were trying to get the most eyes, before people fell asleep or had to go to bed or whatever happened. So they'd have the big matches up front. So it's like, oh, here's Hulk Hogan versus Honky Tonk Man for the WWF title was the first match on the show, but in reality, they taped it and that was the last match of the show. So it's like, I don't know, it was kind of funny back in the days because like if you could pay attention and watch people in the background, it's like, oh, everyone's starting to leave. It's like, what? That was the first match. Oh, but it was actually the last match. Anyways, but that was one. But also on that show, the Brainbusters beat Demolition for the tag titles. And I want to say Macho Man fought Brutus Beefcake. Wait, I'm going to look it up real quick to see if I remember all these matches. I definitely remember Honky Tonk Man and Hogan. And I remember the Brainbusters beat Demolition. I think it was 2 out of 3 falls. Andre the Giant got involved. Yeah, there we go. So Hogan defeated Honky Tonk Man. Jimmy Snuka beat Greg Valentine. Brutus Beefcake beat Randy Savage by disqualification. I think Zeus got involved, if I remember correctly. Actually, Zeus and Hogan and Beefcake, and I think they all got involved in the main event too, potentially after the main event, or maybe during that match. Either way. And the Brainbusters and beat Demolition 2 out of 3 falls for the WWF Tag Team Championships. But anyways, so tonight we got 5 matches scheduled as of right now. See if they add anything or whatever. I'm actually recording this on a Friday, so I don't know one of the matches. I mean, I know it potentially. I don't know the participants in one of the matches, but we'll talk about it as we go through. Actually, so looking at the box here, we're going to open up this box of, I don't even know, I'm just babbling on. If you want any wrestling related videos, if you want to check those out, they're up there. So check them all out. There's a lot of them. So if you're looking for someone specific, certain wrestling brand or product or year or whatever, you might want to go check the channel page. And while you're over there, while you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, hit the thumbs up, like the video, hit that share button, share this with everyone you know. Head down in the comments, tell me who you think's going to win all the matches tonight on Saturday night's main event, and also check out all the links and information in the description for all my other internet stuff. All right, so we're going to open up this 2023 Panini Chronicles WWE. We're going to get 9 parallels per box on average. We're got LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Braun Breaker. None of those guys are scheduled to be in a match tonight, but Io Sky is, as he will challenge Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship tonight. So, and I just realized I forgot my box cutter. I don't know what I did with it. I think I put it back over there. I didn't mean to. So I'm just going to go old school and open it up the old-fashioned way. So there's some of the stuff we can find. Sort of decent amount of numbered stuff I'm looking for. And lots of different sets and stuff, as Chronicles tends to do. Although I feel like they've given up on Chronicles. They didn't do it this year for any of the sports that I don't think, for 2023, 2024 stuff. And so far for 2024 stuff. I don't think they have either. So I guess they've kind of just given up with Punk Chronicles. I don't know. I mean, this is 2023, so this might have been the last Chronicles there was. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But either way, we'll get into it and see what we can find. Hopefully some cool stuff. And we'll talk about who I think is going to win the matches. I guess we'll start off with Io Sky since she's on the package. I don't think she's going to win. I think Raquel Rodriguez is going to get involved. Maybe Rhea Ripley gets involved. I think Damage Control gets involved. It'll be a whole big schmoz. I don't think anyone will win. But could potentially set up maybe Tiffany Stratton for cashing in Money in the Bank. I doubt it. But there's always that chance because she could be on the card as well. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But we got Valhalla starting things up. She's currently out pregnant, I believe, or just had a baby, I think, or something. BFAB on SmackDown. That's technically a rookie card. Tony D'Angelo, currently the NXT North American champion. We got China there winning championship. Ring Royalty. I was going to say, I don't know what brand that's supposed to be. All these other ones were just regular Chronicles. We got Finn Balor on the Contenders season ticket. Of course, Finn Balor will be challenging Gunther along with Damian Priest in a triple threat match for the Men's World Championship. I think Gunther's just going to win. I know they added Damian Priest this week to that match. I don't think that really changes anything. I think it's just still going to be Gunther coming out on top. I think shenanigans afoot with Judgment Day and obviously Ludwig Kaiser potentially getting involved. So I think there's going to be shenanigans. And I think Gunther's going to win. I know they're trying to make this a big deal at Saturday Night's Main Event, but there's already guaranteed to be a new champion. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we got Bronson Reed, unfortunately, got injured. The War Games match, that's the bronze parallel, I guess, or some sort of parallel. It's got the different foil there, orange or bronze, or I don't know. I guess that's orange. I'm not sure. Does it say on the box? That might be the easier way to find out. Bronze. It is bronze. Okay. And then we got Raquel Rodriguez. Of course, I think she'll definitely be in Liv Morgan's corner for that match. I think she'll get involved in that match some way, somehow. And that is limited for Raquel Rodriguez. All right, moving on. If I can open these packs. These packs do not want to open nice. All right, we got Jimmy Uso. Interestingly enough, no bloodline stuff going on here on tonight, or nothing scheduled anyways. I mean, I say that, I guess there could be bloodline adjacent stuff, maybe, but Jimmy Uso, similar to Bronson Reed, got injured in the War Games match. Then we got Solo Sikoa. It's continuing the bloodline theme here. I don't know, I just keep moving, but I don't know, whatever. And then we got Voices of the Ring, Corey Graves. Not sure exactly who's going to be doing the commentary tonight, but I know Jesse the Body Ventura is returning to do at least something. They said he's going to be on commentary. I don't know if we do commentary the whole time or just for a match or what. I'm guessing Corey Graves and Michael Cole will be doing it, but I'm not sure. They've got Classy Freddie Blassie on the Golden Age. Actually, I don't know what brand this was supposed to be. Donruss. Oh, yeah, Donruss. That makes sense. Golden Age. That makes sense. Classy Freddie Blassie there. Now, Drew McIntyre. That brings up the other match the one match that potentially could have, or I guess there could be two. I suppose the Cody Kevin Owens match could potentially have bloodline ramifications because that's kind of how it all started, but I don't think so. But Drew McIntyre will be taking on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn's obviously sort of in the bloodline with, ironically enough, right behind him, Jey Uso being buddy-buddy. So, I mean, that's kind of how this all started because Drew attacked Jay in the back, and then Sammy accused, or kind of somewhat accused, Seth Rollins of doing it, but then it ended up being Drew McIntyre attacking. So there could be Jey Uso could potentially get involved in that match. So we could potentially see some bloodline involvement there. And then we got Dragon Lee, who I believe he's the WWE Speed Champion. Honestly, I was watching Speed for a while and I kind of fell off and kind of stopped watching it because I kept forgetting it was on and on X or whatever every week, and I just was like, whatever. I don't know, but I think he's the champ. I think he beat Andrade. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. But anyways, he's not scheduled to do anything tonight. Next up. Oh yeah, speaking of that though, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. I feel like again Jay could get involved. Could be some bloodline stuff, but I think Drew's gonna win just because he's just come back from the Hell in a Cell thing. So I think he's gonna win. Dakota Kai not scheduled to be in anything, but potentially very well could get involved in the Io Sky. Where is she? Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan. Get involved in that. She's also currently part of the Women's Intercontinental Tournament. Got Ravishing Rick Rude. He had his number of matches on Saturday Night's Main Event. I can't think of any in particular off the top of my head, but I'm sure he was. There's no way he wasn't involved in matches on Saturday Night's Main Event. We got Gigi Dolan, who recently returned to NXT on the Origins. Jerry the King Lawler on the Ring Royalty. Makes sense. Then we got a numbered card of Rhea Ripley, 70 out of 349 on the Contenders. Of course, not scheduled to be anything, but could easily get involved in the Liv Morgan match, I would imagine. Got Alundra Blaze on the Bronze Parallel. And Asuka, who's currently out injured, but could potentially be returning soon, I suppose, and maybe would get involved with the damage control Io Sky stuff. Potentially. All right, keep going. Next up, we got Tiffany Stratton. Now, Tiffany Stratton's got an interesting situation because obviously she's Miss Money in the Bank, so she could cash in on Liv Morgan or Io Sky or whatever, or make that a triple threat, who knows. But also, and by the time you're watching this video, you'll know, but I don't know because that hasn't happened yet. She is taking on Michin tonight as part of the semifinals for the United States Women's United States Championship. On the other side, it's Bayley and Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green. Sorry, mine's broken. Chelsea Green and Bayley on the one match, and then Tiffany Stratton, Michin. If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Chelsea Green and Michin. I think Chelsea Green's going to win, but it's tough to predict when you don't know what the actual match is going to be. I don't think Tiffany Stratton's going to get involved with anything, but there's always the possibility. Charlotte Flair. Interesting. There are rumors and innuendo that she's going to be returning potentially tonight. But if not tonight, I would imagine she's back by time for the Rumble or in the Rumble, if nothing else. But she's been out for about a year. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens if she's back tonight or soon or whatever. Kevin Owens, of course, will be challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship tonight. Some speculation that he might win, but I don't think so, unless something crazy happens and like some bloodline stuff. The Rock shows up or something and costs him, Cody, that is. I just don't see him losing. So, but there's always the potential. Another golden age. You got Chief Jay Strongbow. We got Nikita Lyons, who returned somewhat recently to NXT. We got Xavier Woods on the Chronicles. New Day not supposed to be involved in anything tonight, but obviously New Day, I should say, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston of the New Day kind of kicked Big E out, although Big E really hadn't been in the New Day for a while because he'd been injured, obviously. And even before that, there was that period where he was on different shows and was sort of still in the New Day, but not really. So, but they kicked him out. Now they're bad guys. So there's that. And Cora Jade doing her thing in NXT. She was out for a bit, but came back a couple months ago at this point. All right. A couple more packs to go. I think we've covered everything. All the matches. Yeah, I think we have. All right, we got Isla Dawn, Chronicles, Gigi Dolan, we talked about. Carmella, another one that's up in the air about returning. Obviously, she had a kid and there was complications, and so potentially could be returning soon, but maybe not. Got Diesel, classics. Trying to think. I don't think Diesel was ever on a Saturday Night's Main Event. I don't think so, because by the time he came to WWE, they'd stopped doing them. And then when they brought him back, I think he was basically gone by then. And then he made that little weird return with the CM Punk stuff for a bit, but they weren't doing them at that point. So I don't think he was ever on a Saturday Night's Main Event. And then we got Voice of the Ring, Sarah Schreiber, who's in NXT. Or I guess she's in NXT. Cora Jade we talked about, and then The Undertaker. The Undertaker definitely had some matches on Saturday Night's Main Event. Mostly in the when they brought it back, because when he came in 90, they were kind of phasing them out. So he may have gotten into a couple of those, like the final ones, before it ended the original time, and then went to Fox for a couple. But he definitely was in the ones back in the 2000s. That'd be interesting to see. When was... I got the list of all the Saturday Night's Main Events here. Let's see. I went back way too far. Let's see. So the first one he could potentially have been in would have been April 91. He wasn't. And then they had one in July 91? No. So April 91 was the last one they had on NBC. And that was the first one he could have been in, and he wasn't. And then that's when they moved to Fox for a couple. January 92. He, let's see. Oh yeah, he tagged with Ric Flair against Hogan and Sid when Sid turned on Hogan. That makes sense. And they had one in the fall. He wasn't involved in that. And then I'm sure he was involved in the other ones. Maybe. Hold on, wait a minute. He wasn't in that one. Wasn't on that one. Has he only been on one Saturday Night's Main Event ever? Boogeyman? CM Punk and the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman was in a bunch of them for some reason. Vander Holyfield was in one. Holy. Wow. That's a crazy stat. Undertaker was only ever on one Saturday Night's Main Event. Him and Ric Flair against Sid and Hogan. Wow. And then also, well, I guess technically, yeah, but does that count though? Oh, that was the same one, right? I'm trying to think, because there was the one where he saved Miss Elizabeth from getting attacked by Jake Roberts, but that actually might have been the same show. Yeah, that would have been the same show. So he tagged with Ric Flair against Hogan and Sid, and then turned good after the show was over. I don't think that actually aired on the show though, if I remember correctly. I think they aired it the next week on Superstars or whatever, or maybe on Primetime Wrestling or something. But wow, that's so, because I'm looking through, unless I'm just not seeing it, which is very possible. He wasn't on any of the ones that when they brought it back. I don't see his name anywhere, but I might just be missing it. I don't. Wow, that's a crazy stat. He was only ever on one Saturday Night's Main Event. Oh, all right. Last pack. That's crazy to me. Just think like, think the Undertaker, he's done everything, he's been on everything. You would have just thought, he must have been on a bunch of Saturday Night's Main Event, but it was like, well, by the time he came around, they were kind of phasing him out. He was on the one, but I would have thought when they brought it back, he would have been on some of those, but he wasn't. All right, AJ Styles, who's currently out injured. Hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later, maybe for the Rumble. Blair Davenport, she's doing her thing on SmackDown. Got Booker T, of course, doing commentary for NXT. Because it's got a T in it. I guess he's contractually obligated to be on NXT now because he's Booker T. I don't know. Just make that up. Damon Priest, of course, we talked about him and Finn Balor, triple threat with Gunther. We got Carmella, who we talked about, some sort of crazy Phoenix. Is this parallel? Is it numbered? No, it's not numbered, but it does look like a parallel of some sort of a wave or whatever these are called. I don't know. I can't keep track of what all the different parallels are. So because sometimes something like this would be called like a hyper or a wave in some products, but then it's like a pulsar or a shimmer, and I don't know. And then we got LA Knight, the Origins. That's going to be the bronze. He's not scheduled to be on. Of course, just recently lost his U.S. title to Shinsuke Nakamura, and there's AJ Styles finishing things out. So there we go. I think we covered anything. I knew it took forever talking about The Undertaker, which has nothing to do with it. I mean, unless he shows up for some reason, like randomly tonight, I don't know why he would. I mean, because it's old school. Because I heard a bunch of legends are going to show up tonight as well, along with Jesse the Body Ventura. But, it's like, well, legends of Saturday Night's Main Event wouldn't be The Undertaker, clearly. He was only on one ever. I guess technically he was on one, so I guess that would make more sense than like The Rock, because The Rock was never on one, I don't believe, or something like that. Yeah, it's just weird because obviously you think about the 80s and the early 90s, but then they had, what was it, 4 or 5 in the mid 2000s, I think, right? So, yeah, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. There was 5 of them in was it 06, 7, 8 in that time period? So there you go. I don't know. Anyways, I've talked too much, but enjoy Saturday Night's Main Event tonight. We'll be back for wrestling related stuff in a couple weeks. We got World's End, AEW in a couple weeks. Actually, I'm going to Raw on Monday at the TD Garden in Boston. From what I understand, although they haven't advertised this or anything, it's supposed to be dual tapings. They're going to be taping next week's Raw as well. So this Monday and then for next week, I guess, maybe, supposedly. I don't know. We'll see. It's got an early start time. That's why I think that. But anyways, regardless, thank you everyone for watching. Come back a couple weeks. We'll do World's End preview. And then, but come back every day. I got videos posted every day, sometimes multiple days. Just hit that subscribe button, turn the notification, get a notification every time videos up and ready to watch. Or watch it, like, share, comment, and all that fun stuff. Keyword is fun, just having fun on the channel. Opening up some wrestling cards, talking wrestling, talking a little bit of old school wrestling as well. Going back old school with Saturday Night's Main Event. And talking about some of my experiences with that as well. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe, have fun. Talk to you next time. Bye.